to work on the focus there. Oh, welcome back to the woodshed. So this summer, it's been a long time since I posted. Really long time. Hey, I can see myself now. So this summer, I built a small shed to move my SCA stuff out so that I could go back to using this shed as kind of a workshop. And so my first big project in here has been starting making a wizard staff. Not a real wizard staff, unfortunately. But 2 summers ago, maybe even 3, we moved a small evergreen shrub called a thuja. Kind of looks like a cypress, kind of like an evergreen cypress tree kind of thing. And it did not do well in where we moved it at, so it died. So I was helping my mother-in-law pull it out, and took it out, and I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. It had a root ball and stuff, and it was like, well, it kind of looks like a wizard stuff. So I put it up in the rafters in the shed so that it could dry, and it's dried enough at this point for me to be able to work on it. So I got some new tools, which are kind of cool. Something that I hadn't seen before that I picked up over at Harbor Freight, and I'll show it to you. So really, I guess it's not proper to say that this is a tool, but an attachment to my tool. It's an attachment to the angle grinder. This is a power grinding or a power carving wheel. These little bits here are carbide that are impregnated onto the metal so that it's a very, very aggressive grind. Mainly for use in wood, concrete, things like that. Previously, I've been using flat discs, 40 grit, and then progressing up. The thing is, these are like $4 or $5, maybe like $2 at Harbor Freight. But they're really only good for maybe a couple hours of work. These ones that are progressively worse and worn out here are nice because you can then use them for different different grinding. You know, and I have some really aggressive grinding wheels here too to attach and use. But anyways, this is a beast. You have to be careful. As you can see, grinding without power carving without gloves, not a smart idea. I take the band-aid off, but it's a really ugly abrasion off there. If you're gonna do this, you want to be using leather gloves. Don't even have to be heavy. I'm just using some Wells Lamont gloves. Let me bring them over here, like these. You know, these aren't super heavy work gloves. You could probably even go thinner, but these are on sale at Costco. You know, but a nice pair of deerskin or goatskin gloves, just enough so that you don't lose a lot of the manual dexterity, but you can kind of feel it when the wheel brushes against you, and you're like, whoop, you've gone too far. So, like I said, I had this tree trunk, so I had trimmed all the branches off of it, and what I've been doing with the attachment is taking off all the bark. But you can see it was kind of this funky shape on here that's pretty cool. I mean, I had a whole bunch of other ones on it, but they were really spindly, and I thought that they were going to get too dry and broken, and also it was a real pain in the ass to try to get the bark off of those. And I still have some bark left that I have to get to, probably with a rasp. But you can see this is that tool is really aggressive. It leaves tool marks. So the next step, this is a 60 grit flap wheel, and basically, if I flip this around, while it still looks carved, you can see where I've been taking the tool marks out. There's still some left, so I kind of have to roll this around. And if you can hear the sound in the background, that's my heater. It's about 35 degrees out today, so I actually have the heater going in the shed. I know a lot of other people on their videos will show working with the tools, but I don't have a tripod yet. It's on order. I promise I will get one. So like I said, I don't have a tripod yet. The tripod's on order. so that I can set the phone camera up, and you guys will have the awesome pleasure of watching me work. You know, I'm doing these videos purely for my own amusement and kind of document my silly hobbies. So don't expect high production value, cutaways, funky music, anything like that. Some of this is just going to be sent to my folks so they can see, you know, what I've been doing when I'm talking to them on the phone, some stuff. But anyway, yeah. Oh, hey, check out up there, supplies from like 3 years of trimming back ornamental bushes. There's juniper, pear, plum. I think the next project, though, I'm going to finish the wizard staff, and then the next project I think is going to be doing a juniper cane. Maybe I do have some small pieces of wood that I started carving on when we were camping this summer, and I might turn those into spoons, power carve those out, and we'll see how that goes. And then, you know, I had made a couple knife grinding videos. I might try to get back into that. Definitely I want to plan on making some LARP weapons, which I know kind of seems silly for someone who's actually seriously interested in real historical weapons. The thing is, real historical weapons, you can't use them, right? Which I guess is a good thing. That you can't, you know, we don't need to be out armed and fighting each other with swords and what have you. But, you know, it's sort of like you make something and you're cutting bottles in the backyard with it, which is an admirable function, you know, or pumpkins now, because it's pumpkin season, you know, pretty soon. American Thanksgiving's right around the corner. So pumpkins are going to go on clearance, and I'm thinking that I'm going to get a whole bunch of them. And the sword that I won this September, take that out, plus some of the machetes and some of the other swords, the other less expensive swords that I have, take out, and we're just going to massacre a whole bunch of pumpkins. But anyways, it's neither here nor there. With the LARP stuff, you know, you can make things and people can use them. And my goal is to make, sounds strange, realistic LARP weapons. Or at least things that feel okay in the hand, not the big giant oversized like the Cloudbuster swords and the weird stuff that comes out of anime. More like the stuff that comes out of Tolkien, Narnia, that sort of thing. Anyways, so that's the next plan. So I'm gonna hit this with the angle grinder for a while, and we'll come back and we'll take a look at it again and see how we doing on here. Anyway, thanks for watching. So if you are ever gonna get into power carving, knife grinding, any sort of thing like that, safety is important, okay? So what you want is a good respirator rated for whatever it is that you're using, right? And also safety goggles, safety glasses, and hearing protection, okay? Very important if you want to keep up with any sort of hobby where you're where you could inhale dust, fumes, and things like that, okay? So it's kind of too big to see the whole thing, but I'm pretty chuffed. So gotten, come into the light. I've gotten most of the tool marks off. Certainly got all the bark. I have to, the rest of this I'm going to do by hand. I even busted out my, my smoke shaves over there. And draw knives to do some more shaping on it, just because the angle grinder, the one disadvantage is, I mean, obviously you can see them here. You get closer, you get these round striations, these striations on here from it spinning. And even switching to I switched from a 60 to a 120 grit. And it was still pretty aggressive at leaving marks on there. So I think I'll have to swing by the Home Depot or Ace and pick up some progressively finer, because I don't think I have any sheets of 120. I have some sheets of 60. So I need to get some 60, 80, 120, 200, and go up to put the smooth finish on it, I'm also going to have to get some, I don't know, probably just like some tung oil. I really like the grain pattern on this though, with the the white wood with just the speckles and the knots. That looks pretty cool, and the shape is definitely, and then this was the root ball. So I have to figure out what kind of crystal or topper I'm going to put on it. Originally, this had been much more of a nester reach. You can see where I had to cut it off here and around on the side. But they were just too small and spindly for me to actually be able to work with. So I'm thinking, I don't know, a round ball, maybe, or crystal, maybe even some things hanging off here, kind of for like a boho hippie wizard. Hanging jangly things. That's, that's more Krull than Lord of the Rings, I think. But we'll see. But I'm going to set this aside for now. I'm to the point where, excuse me, the heavy tooling's done. So I'm going to switch to working on what rolls down the line. Alone in Paris is fun for a boy and a girl. Log. No. So this is an oak log. It's already developing a crack. Originally, I was kind of going to do a dough bowl shape, kind of oblong. But since it's splitting already, I think I'm going to split it out. Maybe do a spatula out of it. We'll see. We'll see what we get.